So it is October 24th, 2014's weekly wrap-up. The harmony course is moving right along. Step 31, it's just a completion of America the Beautiful, the 3 parts. Well, I say completion, it's not truly the completion. Step 32 will be the completion of it. I spent some time putting everything together so you could sing each of the parts against the other parts, and I did it in little parts, and then finally the whole song at the end of lesson 31. But I want to still spend a little time talking about the writing techniques and my choices for why I chose what I chose to make the harmony what it was. And I was going to do it as I moved along through these lessons, but I thought that was too much information scattered. So instead what I did was what I just said, gave you the opportunity to sing it and learn it in parts like it's a rehearsal, that you're learning all of the parts to sing, and the whole point is to sing all 3 harmonies and get your blend and get all of that together. And then in lesson 32 I can spend more time just looking at it from the actual arranger's point of view. So that's what you're going to see there. That's what's happening there. Coming up soon, you are going to see some really cool stuff. I'm still working on Tony Lindsay's stuff, and I'm going to be finishing that up pretty quick here for My Girl and all of the harmonies and all of that. So you'll be seeing those lessons popping up. Some more fly on the wall lessons are coming, and they're lots of fun to do. And got another great singer and a great guitar player who came in this last week, and we did some amazing videotaping. I got some amazing footage of such a consummate singer, and his name is Nate Pruitt, and the guitar player's name is Rick Vandivier. And in the San Francisco, San Jose Bay Area, they are legends, and they're just incredible. Wait till you hear what Nate can do as a singer, and he's a jazz singer, and he just really has a way of moving from his chest, pulls into his mix in such beautiful ways. He is a pro, an artist is a better word, at the ability to come from his chest voice and pull into his mix. And he doesn't do it heavy like a lot of singers do. Not that that's a bad thing, but he does it light, in a very light way. Anyway, I look forward to taking all of these amazing songs that they did and turning them into lessons, and just you even getting to hear it. So Nate Pruitt, you'll be seeing a lot of footage of him coming up soon. So musical tip of the week, I thought I'd talk a little bit about body tension today. You know, understanding what tension and relaxation really is. I know you can read a lot of text, and even some vocal instructors may tell you that the body should be completely relaxed in singing. That's not exactly true. There is a certain amount of tension, but it's coordinated tension. Let me start by explaining something about the muscular actions in our body. Everything that our body does, every muscle that's involved in our body, does one thing, and there's an opposing set of muscles to do the opposite thing. Meaning that the muscles that close my hand are not the muscles that open my hand. The muscles that close my hand are called major constrictors. The muscles that open my hand are called minor constrictors. And they balance each other out, and each one does its job and does the opposite movement to make the body work. If we truly let our bodies completely relax, we'd be jellyfish on the floor. What's really going on is a coordination in any physical skill, not just in singing, but in anything physical that you're doing, from tennis to golf to singing to the mambo. And that is a coordination of these 2 major and minor constrictor muscles working against each other in a balanced type of way. For example, yes, we need to relax the shoulders, and we really need to relax the neck and so forth, but we do need to keep the chest high when we take a breath, and there's a certain amount of tension involved in the ability to keep your chest high. We take a low breath and we breathe from down in the diaphragm, but it causes the diaphragm, which is a dome-shaped object, to push down. Your lungs are connected to it, and they're sort of super glued to this dome, and when you take this low breath, the dome pulls the lungs down And when that happens, we get more air down to the bottom of the lungs and we get a better support. Even that has a certain amount of tension wrapped up inside of it. So instead of saying that you have to completely relax the body, what you have to do is relax the body and still be able to coordinate the parts of the body that require some tension to make all of this work correctly. All muscles used in singing must be flexible and firm, never rigid. They're relaxed only prior to the attack. That's important to understand. Now, muscles around the waistline, they have to be kept steady. You have to have firmness in the diaphragm. All of this is a balanced tension. Now, when we get into the balance of the larynx and what's going on there, this is so important. I've talked about it a little bit in the past. If you run your thumb from the front of your chin back your throat here, you are running along these two band muscles that are going like this. Digastric hyoid muscles, fancy words, are involved in the swallowing process. And when the swallowing process gets involved in the singing process, you're in trouble. You could do all of the other things we were just talking about taking the right breath and keeping the chest up and being relaxed and letting the shoulders work like a coat hanger that's hanging in the closet so it's up but not tense. We can talk about all those things, but you're talking about one part of the mechanics of this instrument that we have here. And it's the part, that part's the part of producing the wind and the power that pushes through the vocal bands. But the vocal folds themselves, they're housed inside this little voice box here on our neck. And if, as we're singing, we start to push this thing up higher and higher, meaning as you're trying to sing higher, if your larynx is pulling up and pulling up harder and harder, it's not balancing in the middle of your neck. If it's not balancing in the middle of your neck and it's pulling up, that's the wrong kind of tension. But there's still tension here. There's the understanding of how the air pushes up through the resisting vocal folds as the folds resist the air pressure. But you have to understand, and I talk about this all the time, that the bulk of the air pushing underneath the cord creates a lot of pressure. And these are vocal bands that are trying to resist that pressure. The more pressure you push through your vocal cords, the harder the vocal bands work to hold back that air. This is why rock singers get tired and even hurt themselves. This is why anybody who's screaming or yelling or putting too much force through these resisting bands has problems. So in relationship to singing, what we're looking for that balance between posture, putting the air together, balancing the larynx, deactivating the swallowing muscles, and doing all of this in a very natural, comfortable way with a nice straight line posture-wise from bottom to top. So if we're holding a note, oh, my larynx is balancing in the middle of my neck. Oh, now I'm always asking everybody to do slides, right? Oh, my larynx barely moved. If you feel underneath here, it just for a split second I can feel it. Almost want to grab, but I have that totally deactivated. So, do I feel tension? Not hard tension through my voice, but I definitely feel the air coming through my vocal cords. I feel the vibration in my throat. Now, everything that I just did there was without a lot of wind force pushing through, but the cords resisting the air. The chest is up. Even though I'm sitting down right now, still good body alignment. Relaxed in the sense of not edgy tension, but still there is a certain amount of balanced tension to understand the true feeling of singing correctly. Now, once we understand these things, there's still more. Because I was just singing a slide with a vowel sound, and you need to go through all of the vowel sounds of the language to be able to accomplish the different shapes. But besides that, you have to understand that when you put a consonant in front of any vowel, you're interrupting the airflow of your vocal tract at your lips, ma 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 ma, in the back of the soft palate, ga 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 ga, the length of your tongue, la 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 la, the tip of your tongue, da 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 da, and do do da di da de, lu lo la li la le, su so sa si sa se. Just by using different consonants, you're going to feel the mechanics do different things. Even that is a balanced tension, but it's major and minor constrictor tension. Relaxed, balance, understanding what you're doing, not bringing too much heft through the voice. That's understanding the difference between tension and relaxation in all parts of the anatomy. This is for all the members and anybody out there on YouTube who wants to learn a little bit more about singing. I hope that helps you understand. If you want to understand a lot more about singing, come over. Start by signing up with the free lessons. I talk about these free lessons all the time, and they're not something that's just, a little bit, and I'm not going to give you the good stuff until you join the site. I put a lot of time and effort into that beginning course. The free lessons consists of 10 free lessons that are of some substance that really will help you learn how to sing better and give the basics and some of the basic exercises that are really needed to start you on your path. So I noticed I got a comment last week that was about, hey, why should we buy your products if you don't show us what it is that you're doing? And anybody who would write that doesn't understand that I am always trying to do that right here on the forum, explaining to you and giving you musical tips. I'm not asking you to pay a cent to do that. And I'm asking you to come over and sign up for the free membership and get a whole course for free to understand what the products really are about here. So then when I say that we have a beginning, yes, we have a beginning course that is for free that you can come to. And then there's another course that takes it right from there on up to an intermediate course, to an advanced voice course that covers so much information about chord changes and how they work and how you vocalize to them and understanding how to vocalize to pentatonic scale patterns and major and minor scales and chromatic scales. There is so much here with the understanding how to physically do this correctly, sing from the bottom to the top of your range, not hurt your voice. A course that teaches vibrato that really shows you how to develop your vibrato. An ear training course that takes you from zero, starts with one note and goes into very advanced levels of listening. All of these things are on the site, and many, many singers, some famous, but all of them good, who I have taken, brought in to Totally Vocals here, videotape them, and take their wonderful singing and their wonderful songs and approaches in all different styles and break this down into lessons for you, which you are not going to find anywhere else on the internet. Nobody is doing this. Now, I know that sounds braggy when I say nobody is doing this, but honestly, nobody is doing this. People are talking about methods, and you can find all kinds of free tips all over the place about singing techniques. But, I've been watching them too, and a lot of them are not on. They don't have all the years of experience that I have and all the thousands of students that I've taught to work all of these things out and really understand what the troubleshooting is all about. There's lots of people with creativity, and you can find lots of creativity. But if you want to find out how to really sing, not hurt your voice, expand your range to the far ends of low and high notes, improve your tone and what you sound like, this is the website for you. If you want to understand more about song interpretation and all of these great singers and their approaches towards singing, this is the website for you. So, yes, I'm over here talking to you like I'm a salesman. I'm really not. I just have passion, very much so. I have passion for what it is that I do. And I want to share this with everybody and teach everybody the right techniques so people don't hurt themselves. Because there's lots of things that you can do that will make you sound better that will actually hurt your voice in the long run. So you got to be careful. You got to understand. But when you understand this, then you can take those tips and you can apply it with knowledge on how to do it the right way and still take those creative ideas. So, totallyvocals.com. Come on over here, please. Come check us out.